I've been everywhere, right? I've been to all the places, I haven't been to New York, but I've been all over the U.S. just about, right? And I've been to the East Coast. I've been to all the stoner capitals, right? I've been to Colorado. I've been to Seattle, Washington. I've been to all those places. But the stoners in NorCal are the true Green Berets of stoners. They are like the tactical espionage trained elites, the most highest level of stoners that exist anywhere. I've been to Amsterdam and NorCal stoners. Let me tell you, this guy came up to me, right? This guy came up to me. He's like, hey man, I'm a big fan of yours, and I heard you say that you were hungry. I got some Cheetos. And he pointed at his pocket.
Thank you.
And I already was like, all right, this guy is a high-level stoner, right? So he goes, I got some Cheetos. And I also have Cheez-Its. And I was like, okay, all right. I'm okay, man. No thanks, And then he goes, hey, listen, man, this is my first event. And I'm new to the FGG. Immediately, this guy skyrocketed and he was in. Me and this guy were homies for the rest of the weekend. That you are pretty new, it seems. I'm new to the FGG. Hey, thanks everybody. That guy was pretty high level. Also, this other stoner who looked like Kung Lao. There was this guy that was like dressed up as Kung Lao, but he wasn't cosplaying. That was his daily shit. So this Kung Lao guy, also like a high level stoner, he comes over and he's like, hey man, did you fly here? And I was like, no, hell no, I drove, I hate flying. And then he's like, I'm a fan, I want to give you this. And he gives me this box. And I was like, okay, it happens, thanks man, that's nice of you. Take the box. And it turns out that it is a fucking serrated butterfly knife. Which could be illegal. I don't even know if I'm breaking a law by owning it. So this guy gave me a weapon of destruction.
Thank you.
Can you believe that shit? I'm telling you, NorCal brings the heat when it comes to stoners. Kung Lao gave me a butterfly knife. New to the FGG. That guy fucking cracked me up so hard. I laughed harder at that than I did at anything that weekend. I laughed so hard at his face. I couldn't hold it in. He cracked me up. But that guy was one of my favorites for sure. The thing about that is I'm standing there with a frown on my face dealing with this Cheez-Its having stoner, right? He's like, I got these Cheetos, and I'm just like, all right, let me have it, right? But I've never had a frown turn upside down so fast in my entire life than when he said I'm new to the FGG. I loved this guy immediately. I wish more people could make a first impression like that guy on me. That guy was awesome. That guy cracked me up so hard, dude. Woo, good times. I gotta say, I'm really proud of you guys. Let me tell you why. Over the years, Aris fans have just gotten way more normal. Nice shit. Nobody was fucking weird. The weirdest guy was the FGG guy. And he was like my best friend. I mean, really, I was impressed.
Thank you.
Even I met DJ Bustanut, and this guy is a notorious agitating stoner, right? And he was like, I don't know if he was pretending or if he was holding it in, but he was super normal. I was standing there like looking at this guy, waiting for him to do something fucking weird, right? And he was just totally regular, normal dude. I feel like he was holding it in, though. But whatever, either way, nice job. You played it off. He was Twitch acting. I was impressed. I met Obamacare. I met Joe. I met all these different people from the chat room. But it didn't feel so much like... Aris, there's Aris type of a tournament, really. That's what was sweet. I kind of felt like everyone was just cool. Everyone was there to have fun. A couple people, man, there was this one dude. So like I said, I did do a little bit of commentary, and the guy was like, hey man, you got 2 minutes to get over here and do commentary. So I'm walking in, and this Asian dude stops me, and he's like, dude, I'm kind of starstruck, and I want to take a picture with you. I'm a big fan. And I was like, look, man, are you going anywhere? And he's like, no, I'll be here all day. And I was like, okay, I gotta be somewhere in 2 minutes. And
thank you.
I can't do it. I gotta go. But I promise I'll find you and I'll do it later. So then I did commentary, and I was like, okay, I finished commentary, and I was like, I gotta find this dude. And he was gone. There was no dude. There was no dude, right? I couldn't find him. And the problem was I couldn't remember what he looked like at all. All I knew was there was an Asian dude that wanted to take a picture of me. So I was feeling like if I don't find this guy, I'm going to feel bad. And I ain't trying to feel bad. I'm trying to have fun. So I started going up to a bunch of Asian dudes. And I was like just looking at them, giving them the judge eyes. Like, hey. And if they were just like, hey, I would be like, see you later. And then I'd walk away. And I did that so many times failing, right? So everyone in the room's like, okay, Aris is a fucking moron, right? I went to Seglia and I was like, listen, what are the chances that we could use the PA system to just find this Asian dude, right? And he was like, let's try to make that a last resort. So I went for another round. And I saw this Asian dude, and I looked at him. I gave him the judge eyes, and he was like, "Hey, he kind of looked like, are you available now?" It was like a miracle. I found the guy, dude. It was like a huge weight off my shoulders. I mean, a small cost. A bunch of Asian dudes at Strong Style probably thought I was really weird, but whatever. Mission accomplished. Found that dude, but. Moral of the story really is that there wasn't a whole lot of, it didn't really feel like anything. I felt like a commoner, I felt like one of you at Strong Style, regular old, walking around, playing in the tournament, an average, everyday civilian, you know what I mean? I was like a civilian, and that felt great, really it did. It made me enjoy the tournament more in multiple ways. I feel like I played better. I enjoyed the tournament as a whole, and the feeling of being there as a spectator was great. Good times. Awesome fucking tournament. I loved it. And that's one of those things, like, Strong Style is pretty low-key, even though this year it got pretty big. It's still pretty low-key. It's not part of the tour. I think those guys, look, I love those guys, but those guys are straight up morons when it comes to decision making. It's like they want to do it fucking backwards on purpose. Let's put the steering wheel in the back seat and let's put it on 3 wheels. I mean, come on, dude. Anyway, I've been saying this shit forever, and I think that they intentionally are gonna do it their way forever. And this is the way it has to be, till the end of time. But it is
GGS, that was me, smile, smile.
Hey, thanks, Chris Fooey. Yeah, sure it was. GG's, that was me. Thanks, man. Man, if it was, I'm glad I found you, I guess. That would have been whack. That I don't even care if you would have been butthurt. I would have been butthurt. I ain't trying to get butthurt, man. Fuck you. So I'm glad I found you.
Mierda.
I swear I'm normal in RL. Wheelchair symbol.
You are, but I don't know whether or not you were holding it in or not. That's for sure. I was standing there, I was like, okay, this is DJ Bustinut. He seems pretty normal, but I ain't falling for it. This guy's about to do where's the wheelchair, bro? He's about to do some tricks, X Games moves.
Thank you.
But yeah, man, you played it off pretty well. He must have been practicing for weeks in the mirror. Like, is this normal? Yeah, all right, this is normal. Nice shit, man. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
And thanks.
Hey, what are you looking at?
Me and my buddies gave you the Kojima treatment when you shouted at us, top player coming through. Great meeting you, man.
Hey. Oh, hey, Joe. Yeah, thanks, man. I used that a couple times trying to get through all these stoners. You gotta make room, man. I'm thirsty. I gotta get to the water machine. Top player coming through. Out of the way. Hey, thanks, Joe. Appreciate it, man. It was nice meeting you. There were a lot of cool people I got to hang out with. I got to meet a lot of cool Aris subs. The thing about Aris subs is the reputation online is just...
Welcome back, amigo.
Hey, thanks, Crimson Blade. That's nice of you, man. The reputation of Aris fans is just no good. It's terrible. It even, like, convinces me, you know, how everyone talks shit about Aris subs everywhere. Like, Aris subs. You know? I buy into that. I'm like, yeah, you know, that's true. That's true. It's true what they say. But when they're there, you know, and they're cool, it's like, man, you know, it's fucked up. You guys got a really bad reputation online, but you're all right. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy how that works out. And the fucking craziest part is, you'll be like, I'm standing there and some dude comes up, couldn't be more than like maybe 16, 17 years old, group of friends. Hey, we want to take a picture. We're big fans. All right, you know, this is like a, you know, group of Aris subs. We take a picture. See you later. Thanks. Next guy's like 50. Hey, man, I'm a big fan, you know. Let me get a picture. Like, wow. You guys are both Aris subs? You're 50 years. You got a gray fucking beard, dude. And this guy couldn't grow a single mustache hair if his life depended on it. You know, so it's a very broad spectrum, you know, of all walks of life in this chat room. But yet somehow everyone manages to behave like a 12-year-old asshole.
Mierda.
Was cool seeing you as strong style, amigo.
Hey, man, it was nice seeing you too. That's nice of you, man. Thanks. Yeah, man, everyone was really cool. I mean, it was like one of those tournaments where, you know, everyone's there, and it's not too Hollywood, you know, it's not like there's a bunch of fucking people going around asking you for interviews and shit, you know, it was like a regular old school classic style vintage tournament. And they had like a Tekken Tag 1 back-to-back cabinet, Tag 2 next to it. Like I said, the dog zone. There was a ton of water. The inside of the venue got a little bit hot, but it definitely wasn't hot like you're sweating. It was just a little bit hot. And, you know, it was pretty big too. And there were kind of like nice zones where there wasn't, like there was an air conditioning sweet spots and shit. It was cool. Everyone had a good time. I swear everyone had a good time. That's the part that's crazy, you know? Like, here's the thing. When you think about strong style, on paper, it looks like just a disaster, right? I mean, you're going to do a 3v3 tournament with each player having the ability to have 2 points. So each match could take up to an hour. You have 300 plus entrants. The tournament starts late. Half the time it says Bronson, you know, is late and fuck Bronson during the breaks. And like, the whole thing sounds like it's just like built on a house of cards and shit, right? But when it's executed, everyone who goes always has a great time, you know? And that's, I guess, what they focus on. And whatever, man, it works out. It's really a great tournament. And I think it's one of the ones that's interesting because, you know, it's kind of low-key. It's not on the tour. Those guys are fucking morons, dude. Quit fucking around and put the damn tournament on the tour. This is so stupid that I have to say this shit, man. And there was a singles tournament they didn't stream. What is up with that, dudes? The second day started at 3 p.m. or 1 p.m. and they didn't stream this super hype tournament.
I'm going to Evo, which will be my first tournament ever.
Oh, boy.
Any tips on trying to...
Hey, all right, amigo. Let me just go ahead and read that in a minute. Oh, dude, that reminds me. Let me tell you. There are a lot of new players, right? Noobs. Total noobs. And, you know, they're like trying to get better and they're not trying to give a fuck about anything else, right? So people don't really come up to me that much, but there was this moment where Sukin was hanging out, like watching some matches, and this big motherfucker came up to him and he was like, hey, Sukin, I want to ask you, you know, with Lei, I'm new, and when I do this tiger crane stance and, you know, blah, 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 he's asking them this stupid fucking question, right? Long-ass question, right? And I was thinking to myself, if this ninja was telling me that shit, I would be frowning so hard. Sukin turned around, and he put down his stick, And he was like, yeah, man, all you gotta do is like the super enthusiastic and nice and like just so like nurturing to this guy. I was like totally impressed. Super impressed. And all the guys in the car, not Rip. Rip's not that way. Rip's a bitch. But everyone else in the car, except for me and Rip, have been like that way to all the new players. MYK and Sukin especially. Really nurturing and kind and like, yeah, ask me more dumb fucking questions right now while I'm busy. That's the attitude they have, you know? So really, it was nice to see that at least someone is doing that, because I sure as fuck would not. No way. I don't have the patience. You better say something funny right now. Call that shit the FGG or else. You know? Say something funny. Get to the punchline. Punchline. I need it right now or I'm out of here. You know? And some people really deliver with the punchline, and some people, I'm out of here. You know? Hey, yeah, I really got to get on commentary, amigo. See you later. You know, that's just the way it is. Something funny. But it's nice to see that Sukin and MYK, and that's the reason why there are so many new players. There are a lot of new players, and they're all good, and they're all doing these pathetic pop-offs, dude. Oh, man, that shit was hilarious. These pop-offs were like, it was like adorable, dude.